There's a kind of wealth that never needs to introduce itself. It doesn't flash, it radiates. Most people chase luxury they can show. But the insiders, they master the kind that can only be sensed. No noise, no logos, no competition. Just quiet signals that whisper old money, permanence, and power. Because true luxury doesn't ask for attention. It commands it through restraint. Every detail, from how someone moves to how their clothing falls, tells a story written in silence. You see it in the way they listen, the calm in their tone, the texture of their choices. This is wealth that exists beyond the eye. It's felt, not flaunted. In this video we'll uncover the 10 subtle tricks of quiet luxury, the hidden cues only the truly refined recognize and the rest never even notice. Trick 1. The power of perfect fit. Quiet luxury begins where precision meets restraint. Nothing oversized, nothing screaming, only proportion and intent. The truly refined understand that fit is silent confidence. A tailored jacket that drapes effortlessly. Shoes molded to stride without sound. When something fits perfectly, it speaks without needing to declare its value. Even posture improves, shoulders ease, movement becomes poetry. To the trained eye, precision in fit separates the polished from the performative. It's not about fashion, it's about control of appearance, of energy, of first impression. Because when you master fit, you no longer chase attention, you attract it unconsciously. Refinement begins not with labels but with lines. Invest in tailoring. Refinement isn't about price, it's about precision. The quieter the fit, the louder the message. Trick 2. The mastery of material. Insiders know that true luxury is tactile. It lives in texture, not trends. They choose fabrics that breathe, age, and endure. Cashmere over cotton, linen over polyester, wool that remembers the shape of its wearer. Each material tells a story of discernment. When you touch quality, you don't need to see the label. It reveals itself in silence. Billionaires and old money heirs understand. The fabric is the first handshake. It signals education, heritage, and care. In a world obsessed with the visual, the elite invest in the invisible, the feel, the weight, the fall. Quality isn't loud because it never has to compete. Learn to recognize value through touch. The hand feel of wealth is confidence disguised as comfort. Luxury isn't worn for others. It's lived quietly for oneself. Trick 3. The discipline of color. Quiet luxury speaks in tones, not volume. Beige, navy, charcoal, olive, these are the hues of restraint. While others chase vibrancy to be noticed, the elite choose neutrality to be remembered. Muted color palettes don't fade with seasons, they evolve with time. They project calm authority, the visual language of self-assurance. In wealth psychology, restraint in color mirrors restraint in character. Loud tones crave validation, soft ones command respect. It's the discipline to resist novelty, to choose timeless harmony over transient attention. The refined understand that confidence doesn't need contrast, it needs consistency. Build your world around quiet hues. Because trends shout but taste whispers. And when your palette reflects peace, people feel your presence before they see your style. Trick 4. Effortless grooming. The truly refined don't look styled, they look maintained. Every detail, hair, nails, scent, shoes, blends seamlessly into presence. Grooming at this level is not performance, it's ritual. The result isn't perfect, it's polished. A billionaire's secret? Subtle fragrance always the same. A quiet scent that becomes memory. The absence of flaw is never loud, but it speaks volumes. Because refinement hides in what's missing. No excess, no neglect, only balance. To the untrained eye, it looks effortless. But to those who know, it's mastery in motion. Polish yourself quietly. Quiet luxury is not about standing out, it's about never seeming out of place. When grooming becomes invisible, your presence becomes undeniable. Elegance begins where effort disappears. Trick 5. The art of stillness. Movement draws attention. Stillness holds it. In a crowded room, those who move least are often the most powerful. They listen longer, observe more, and speak only when meaning outweighs noise. Old money families teach this early. Stillness isn't passivity, it's control of presence. The person who can remain composed when others rush instantly commands gravity. Silence creates tension. It makes every word, every gesture feel intentional. The art of stillness is the art of self-mastery. It signals that your emotions, and your time, are your own. In wealth psychology, calm equals power. The one who doesn't react rules. So slow your gestures, measure your tone, breathe before you respond. Because when you move with purpose, the world moves around you. Quiet movement radiates control, it's the sound of confidence without noise. Trick 6. Signature minimalism. Every insider has a signature. One subtle element repeated so consistently it becomes identity. Maybe it's a single gold ring, a fountain pen, a distinct scent. To outsiders, it's trivial. To insiders, it's code. Minimalism with signature means owning one thing completely instead of many things partially. Repetition builds memory, it turns simplicity into status. Think of Steve Jobs' black turtleneck or an old money matriarch's pearls. The signature isn't about standing out, it's about standing firm. Consistency whispers discipline, and discipline breeds recognition. Quiet luxury thrives on subtle predictability, refinement that feels inevitable. Choose one understated detail and own it for decades. Because trends evolve, but timeless identity compounds. When your signature becomes your silence, people remember your presence long after you've left the room. Trick 7. Controlled visibility. Real power reveals itself rarely and deliberately. The wealthiest people curate visibility like art, precise, selective, and scarce. An investor who avoids social media but owns the companies behind it. A philanthropist who funds change quietly, not for credit but conviction. Scarcity builds curiosity. The less you appear, the more valuable your appearance becomes. It's the paradox of influence. When attention is currency, invisibility is wealth. Controlled visibility isn't secrecy, it's strategy. It means showing up only where your presence adds weight, never noise. In a world addicted to exposure, restraint becomes rebellion. Let your silence speak for you. Let mystery do your marketing. Because once people wonder about you, you've already won their attention. Power doesn't need to be seen to be sensed, it only needs to be felt. Trick 8. The precision of language. True luxury doesn't shout, it articulates. Insiders speak with precision, not performance. Every pause, every phrase carefully measured. They know eloquence isn't complexity, it's clarity under control. In meetings they say less but mean more. Each word lands with weight because it's deliberate. Language becomes a form of architecture. Simple, balanced, enduring. Fast talkers sound uncertain. Slow speakers sound sovereign. Calm speech signals authority, silence punctuates it. Wealth has its own dialect, composed, concise, confident. Speak like you already have nothing to prove because that's what quiet power sounds like. Every word you save adds to your balance of respect. Precision of language isn't communication, it's curation. Trick 9. The relationship with time. Time is the rarest luxury, and the wealthiest own it completely. They don't rush because they've designed lives that don't demand it. Arriving early, walking slowly, pausing before decisions. Each act signals control. To those who live in chaos, calm pacing feels supernatural. But to the powerful, it's simply discipline. They understand that urgency is a symptom of dependency. The rich buy back their time because freedom, not frenzy, is the ultimate status symbol. Even in silence, their tempo communicates power. They respond when ready, not when called. Pacing defines presence. Those who move slowly often move first in influence. Detached from urgency, every moment you own is proof of control. Because in the hierarchy of wealth, peace is the highest profit. Trick 10. The aura of contentment. Quiet luxury ends where peace begins, the aura of enough. Old money doesn't perform success, it embodies satisfaction. You'll never see them compete for validation because they already understand the truth. Needing less is the ultimate sign of more. Contentment is the final luxury, the calm that others mistake for indifference. But it's not detachment, it's dominion over desire. When you no longer chase, you attract. When you stop proving, you start belonging. Neediness is noise, sufficiency is silence. And that silence radiates a confidence that can't be bought, only cultivated. True wealth isn't accumulation, it's alignment. Project sufficiency and abundance will follow. Because the moment you look like you don't need anything, the world offers you everything. Quiet luxury isn't a trend, it's a translation of peace into presence. It's not what you wear, but how you move through the world. These 10 tricks aren't about showing wealth, they're about embodying it. Each one whispers stability, discernment, and control. The insiders don't buy to impress, they buy to express mastery. Every tone, every texture, every pause is a declaration of certainty. True luxury begins when you no longer need the world to notice. Because wealth, in its purest form, is invisible, and that's what makes it undeniable. True wealth never seeks validation, it stands quietly on its own. And those who understand that, never have to explain it. Subscribe to learn the hidden psychology of wealth, power, and quiet confidence. Because refinement is taught only in silence.